What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be showing you back here the 2009 Jeep Wrangler JK. It's got some really nice upgrades to it. Stay with us today at Rodgers Wranglers. It's a rainy day, but we're going to get the review started. All right, everybody, so here's our 2009 Jeep Wrangler. What a good-looking Jeep. I mean, this one, boy, oh boy, it's got the off-road look. Some call it a trail buggy, but one way or another, we're rocking 37 Mastercraft MXT tires, which are looking really good on here. I love a set of 37s. Then you got your beadlock wheels. I mean, this is definitely a Wrangler that's ready for the off-road a little bit. Let's just dive right into the rims and tires real quickly and let you get a good look at them. Plenty of tread, as you can see. Again, what we got here, these are your 37 by 12 and a half wrapped onto a 17-inch Steely with the bead locks. That's looking pretty good, not too bad, right? You got a lot of suspension going on in here, and someone spent some money on getting some good stuff to give it the height, you know. We're talking probably 4.5 to 6 inches, possibly somewhere right around there. I'm not exactly sure what lift height we got here, but some of y'all may know just by looking at her. But we got a lot of good stuff going on here. No death wobble going on that we know of. I mean, this is going to be ready for the off-road, ready to ride on the street, just get the job done. But one thing's for sure, to me it looks like it's ready to get out there on the rocks, go through some gravel, hit some trails, going up some hills. I mean, it's got it all, baby. I'm liking that right there, your Fox Racing shocks. Man, it's not cheap stuff you got on this one here. Now it does got your aftermarket fenders. They're ready for some articulation. We can always tighten those up a little bit, but you got some articulation going on a little bit when you get there on off-road. You know, them tires moving and all that good stuff going on. They're moving and grooving. I'm surprised they don't have a winch on the front, but it does got your Poison Spider front bumper here. And it's ready, already got the screw holes there to put the winch on so you can get the job done if you need to. I'm loving the green paint. I mean, just green's a great color on a Wrangler, especially this darker color green. I like it. It's got some body armor down on the sides. We do got a little rust going on throughout right in here, but that's pretty common on an off-road Jeep. But that's why the body armor's on there to protect it. Tinted windows. Got a hard top on here, which is nice. I like to see that. Let's go ahead and take a look up under here a little bit more. No, you got no side steps or even rock sliders under here, but definitely a lot of ground clearance, as you can see right here. I mean, plenty of ground clearance. Get out there and have a good time. And definitely got a lot of work done to the suspension to make sure everything is going to do what it's supposed to do at the end of the day, so you can get on back home after taking this bad boy up to the Gulches, Uwharrie Forest, or the River Rocks of Georgia, wherever it may be. It could use a little body armor right in here. Obviously, at one point or another, it did a little sideways action and cracked the tail light and that right there. But those are things we'll get fixed here at Rodgers Wranglers. We can put a new tail light on and put a little body armor there if you need be. Back tire, you got 5 wheels all the way around. You got your 37s. So 5 37s, 5 17 beadlocks all the way around. You got some spots here to hold things like your water or maybe fuel or whatever you need to store on the back of here. Even right here, it's got your high lift jack. So this has got everything you need to go out there and have a good time. It does have a aftermarket rear bumper with tow package. And again, right underneath, there you go, okay? So suspension's been done all the way around on the entire Wrangler. Now let's take a quick look at the inside. All stock for the most part, roll-up windows, automatic transmission, 4-wheel drive, gray cloth interior. Again, I do like the hard top on it. But clean, and 92,000 miles, so pretty low mileage. This is for the suspension because it is air suspension. Cut that on right there and blow some air up into them shocks, okay? But mileage is good at 92,000. Let's show you that. 92,433. Factory CD player, does got a CB radio up top. Seats are in good shape. Back seat right there. But I mean, the seats are in really nice shape on the inside. And it's actually very clean. Even got carpet on the interior. So not bad at all. Last but not least, we'll pop the hood, let you see the motor. and then we might take her down the road. Stay with us. All right, everybody, got the hood popped on our JK. Now, what we have under here, most people are going to know if you're a Jeep person, you know you got a 3.8 V6 under the hood. Now, this is pretty common on Jeeps, folks. If you ever see that right there, that little dent there, that means that somebody unlatched this because they took the door off. And at some point, the wind or something, if they were parked on the side, swung that door open, and this part right here bangs on that right there. So you'll see a lot of Jeep Wranglers that have that body armor right here too, or that black plastic thing to protect it from that happening from that right there. Pretty common. When you do take your doors off, though, you got to have something to be able to give you mirrors. So a lot of times people will attach some aftermarket brackets here so your mirror can go on that A-pillar. But anyways, under the hood, we do have aftermarket latches, which I really like. They hold that hood down nice and tight. Okay, those are nice. Very clean, though, under the engine bay. And as you can see, under the hood looks really good, too. But we do got a Banks Ram Air looking really nice under here. Filter looks pretty good. Really nice intake system. I see these on a lot of Jeeps. And we got some big wires under there as well. But the engine, let's take a look. Cross-braided wires over there. I mean, someone, you know, looks like they took care of the engine on this vehicle as well. I mean, it seems to be really clean under here, considering it to be an off-road vehicle. I do like to tell people I'm a salesman, and a lot of times car salesmen don't know a whole lot about engines, so I cannot profess to be an engine expert on vehicles, but what I can do is show you, and that's what I do. And I'm definitely learning a lot more about vehicles as I continue to film them and sell them and check them out. But this one does seem to be very clean, and it runs really well under here. And I know a lot of folks out there go, oh man, I'm not down with the 3.8, I want the 3.6. But that 3.8 still can get the job done at the end of the day when it needs to get the job done, okay? We sell a lot of them with 3.8s out here at Rodgers Wranglers. So anyways, let's drop the hood down and let's take this Jeep down the road and see how she drives. All right, everybody, I'm strapped in, got my seatbelt on, and let's take this puppy down the road for a minute and see how she drives. All right, move my seat up a little bit. There we go. And, you know, as we know, with a vehicle that's lifted like this, you know, it's never going to ride exactly like it did when it was all stock, okay? It's gonna ride different. But, you know, in many cases, most of you Jeep people, they enjoy the way they ride when they sit up a little higher. And it feels nice being up higher, you know, it makes you feel like you're the king of the road. Anyways, we'll let these little cars get out here and let's crack our window a little bit. Main thing we're wanting to feel for is first, you know, if there's any play in the steering wheel. Of course, our steering wheel's got a little side kick to it, right? A little sideways there. So that tells me it may need an alignment. Of course, the tires are going to be noisier than any other tire you would have on here. It's going to have a little tire sound. These are things you need to expect when buying a Jeep like this. If you've never had a lifted Wrangler like this before, then you know, there's things you got to learn and realize you're just going to have to deal with when owning one, okay? I mean, you can spend tons and tons of money and get it to ride like a Mercedes if you want, but I've never ridden in one that's all jacked up, lifted up and all. It rides like a Mercedes-Benz. It's going to ride like a Jeep Wrangler, and that's what it's all about. AC definitely blows cold. Other things I'm paying attention to while driving today is the transmission and how it shifts, brakes. Braking feels pretty good, okay. Intake sounds good under there, that's for sure. I like the sound of that. I also like to go out in the parking lot over here and, you know, do a little turnarounds and things like that, just to see if we got any noises or anything that sounds kind of out of place. I mean, so far to me, it feels like a lifted Jeep. All right, let's turn it around a little bit. Tell you one thing, these things just turn right around in a circle here so easy. That's one thing I've always liked about a Jeep. It's really easy to do a U-turn. We'll kind of go around the other way here. No rubbing at all, folks. I mean, those are big tires, and it does not rub at all. So that's nice. And I mean, truly feels pretty good, other than the play in the steering wheel here. Now, I have not gotten up to 50 mile an hour yet. It's right over these speed bumps. They got all these potholes over here. Now, with the tires poking off the sides a little bit like that, and then those tiny little fenders, those little fender flares that come off the side, it doesn't really stop the water from spraying up and actually kind of getting into the vehicle. I've already got my leg wet a few times just sitting here. So if you take your doors off and go riding around on a rainy day, believe me, you're gonna get yourself wet. And you know, hey, most of the time, ladies and guys, they like it a little bit. You know, you put a little bathing suit on and get a little wet in there while you're riding down the road. But I think I like that too. But anyways, there's another Jeep Wrangler right over there. They're just all over the place here in Charleston. I mean, every day of the week I'm seeing a Wrangler 4-door, 2-door cruising by. They are so popular here in the Charleston area, and that's why we sell so many of them. It just seems like everybody wants a Jeep Wrangler. But what a lot of people don't realize, though, is these Wranglers are expensive, okay? I mean, they're not cheap vehicles by any means. And you have to also understand that when you're buying something like this right here, you need to be able to possibly work on it yourself, because, you know, it's a toy at the end of the day. A good looking Sequoia lifted up over there. Let's give it some gas and see how she does. Whoa! Wow-wee. I mean, that little puppy just hauled a little tail there. I mean, not that fast. It sounded fast. It really did. It sounded fast. But it was kind of fun. I kind of wish I wasn't filming, because then I could have really had a good time with two hands on the steering wheel, a little bit safer, you know. But anyways, we need to invest in a GoPro camera and some suction cup mounts. Tires do, on a wet day like today, they do slip and slide a little bit when coming around on the corner, but those tires are made for the dirt and gravel more than they're made for the street. There we go.